As a people, we need our universities to be spaces for futuristic thinking. It must be realized that the days of monopoly over higher education in Ghana are long gone for public universities. Competition exists locally and internationally, and will become even stiffer when Ghanaian students can access a Harvard education through hologram-administered lectures and systems. We will be here, and you will see somebody sitting in America and will be lecturing here without a screen, feeling you like he's just around you. In a recent conversation with a senior lecturer on this particular subject, he indicated to me that students don't like to read. I said I agree. But I asked, if reading is key, why are you passing them if they don't show they read? Score what you wish to see, and the university students will deliver for you. If you allow shortcuts, they will take them. How many children will take working over playing if there are no motivations or consequences? We've all been kids before. Passing students who don't meet the necessary standards or lowering the standards to pass students hurts the country. They will not appreciate meritocracy, hard work, etc. We must remember that she who carries your certificate and can't live the certificate does your university a gross disservice. The world is changing fast, and no one pays a salary or hires anyone for just a degree, but rather the values they receive from the holder of that certificate. It is no wonder Google, Apple, IBM, Costco, etc. do not require degrees for many of their top jobs anymore. My lecturer friend also lamented that the large class numbers don't help either. I do agree, but as a university, excellence must not be compromised. It is an environment of scholars. You can't compromise on excellence. We must innovate on ways to effectively educate the high numbers and or reject the overburdening effect of partisan political pressures that thrust the unsustainable numbers on us. We are a developing country, and hence it is expected that the capacity of the university will be stretched, but it must not be allowed to fracture the quality. The political push for high numbers may be well intended, but it must be accompanied with the minimum required resources. As it is said, one must put their money where their mouth is. Overstretching the resources beyond reasonable limits will only compromise quality, and in the long run, it will end up shortchanging the country. As a university, in my conclusion, universities must become examples of excellence. The type of environment we wish to see in Ghana. In simpler words, the university must practice what they teach. The work-ready attitudes and values shared above must be reflected in the culture of the university. We cannot have lecturers being late and expect students to build a culture of timeliness and punctuality. We cannot have lecturers we cannot act on favoritism and expect students to be imbibed with the culture of meritocracy. We cannot suppress debates in class and expect students to be confident and develop candor and open-mindedness. We cannot continue to turn a blind eye to teaching assistants writing theses on behalf of students and expect not to nurture a culture of impunity, dishonesty, and cheating.